Hey Leo, how are you? My name is Sarah, and I've recently renamed my channel to Serendipity Astrology. My grandfather always called me Sarah Serendipity, so I've gone back to where the channel originally was going to go before my ego kicked in. I am grateful for my ego because it pushed me to do something that I was afraid of. Absolutely. But I'm bringing it back to where it should be. And I heard that message and it came through loud and clear. So this is the new channel. I hope you like it. I'm doing readings a little bit differently today. This is going to be a general reading for May 2021. I'm going to be doing 3 cards for the past, 3 cards for the present, and 3 cards for the future, with 3 overarching energies and an oracle card to end the reading. So let's get into it. Oh, I'm also rolling out horoscopes for the month. Those will be coming up in a few days. And I'm going to be doing monthly love readings and monthly self-love readings because self-love is incredibly important and people need to remember that. I'm happy to remind them because knowing where the gaps are and where you love yourself and working on those improves every relationship in your life. You know, even your relationship to money, that can change, especially self-love, self-worth. It's all related. So it can bring up the gaps that need to be worked on. Wow. Okay. All right. 3 of Swords, the 7 of Cups, the Empress. Aries had the Empress in the exact same spot. Wow. Okay. The 9 of Wands. You have the 10 of Cups. And the Devil. The 3 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles. And the 6 of Wands. Wow, this is very similar to the Aries reading. Not in every place, though. Okay. And I'm pulling overarching energies from the Tattoo Tarot. So glad spring is here. Or at least the Northern Hemisphere spring is here. I am not a cold weather person at all. I know it sounds weird, but Egypt and the desert and maybe it doesn't sound weird. You know what? It doesn't sound weird. I'm drawn to that type of that type of climate. I'm very sure that I lived a life in Egypt at one point. And I've done some past life regressions. I've already had a few lives so far, but digging deeply into all of them can, take time, and making time for that can be a little bit difficult, on occasion, or a lot of the times. But there are so many places and times that have resonated with me, and the amount of karma that I've had to work through in this life, I am absolutely sure that I've lived many, many lives. Plus the amount of retrogrades I have in my chart. I have 5. All right, enough about me. You have the Wheel of Fortune. This is very similar to Aries reading. Nice. Huh. That's amazing. All right, you have the 7 of Cups too. This is a beautiful card. It reminds me of a genie coming out of a lamp. But instead of a lamp, it's a cup. That's pretty cool. I don't know if everyone saw that and it was shaking. You have the 10 of Wands as well. All right, so your first row, you have the 3 of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Empress. With the Three of Swords, I think you were living, like, your point of view and the story that you've had in your life has been based around heartache. And the relationships that you talk about, maybe even the most recent one, felt like it ended in this. But I don't think that's I think that's just the point of view that you had. Not the exact view of the way everything was, but that was your perspective. You also have the Seven of Cups. So I think you had a lot of options. And I think you couldn't really make a decision about what you wanted and where you wanted to take your life, like what direction it was going in. I know you've probably made some like bigger career moves. I feel like you have in the last year, 2 years. But I feel like you had so many options that you weren't really quite sure which one to choose, because even though something was new, it still felt like heartbreak. So you're like, why am I going to go ahead and do this thing that already felt heartbreaking to begin with? Like, you feel like everything you were doing was ending up in heartache, which is not true. That is just a perspective that you weren't willing to let go of at the time. You also have the Empress. So this is divine Venus. This is your connection to your higher self. So I think you've regained a connection to yourself, and maybe you reconnected with the things that you enjoyed as a child. That's what I'm hearing, is that you were kind of starting from the beginning again, going back and reconnecting with the things that you felt made you you in the first place. The present, you have the Nine of Wands, you have the Ten of Cups, and you have the Devil. I am definitely sure that I do remember in previous readings that there was a little bit of it's like controlling energy. I think there was a kind of a toxic relationship that showed up in your life for a little, an amount of time, a small amount of time. This could have been at work. This could have been in love. It could have been both at the same time. Maybe you fell in love with someone that you worked with, and that was there was toxicity there. But, the Nine of Wands is a defensive energy. So I feel like you're finally standing up for yourself, and you're going in a direction that's different than maybe what this person or this toxic work environment really wants from you. Maybe they want you to stay forever, and maybe you want to go towards something that's more lucrative for yourself. So you're playing defense, and you're doing what's best for you, instead of getting sucked into that just left my head. The word just left my head. A place where they can guilt you into staying. Because it's not about the guilt that people give you. It's about what you want to do with your life. You also have the Ten of Cups in your present. So I think this is what you want. I think you want the happy home, your cups being full, emotional fulfillment. That can bring about financial fulfillment. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. Well, okay. Yeah, so I think you're turning, if you have a family, I think that you're turning back around and you're making this what's most important for you. Like maybe you were uncertain. Maybe you just, we all have that moment. I have kids too. Sometimes we wonder what life would be like if they weren't around, you know, or the other parent had them all the time and you could just start from scratch. But that doesn't feel very good, A. And disappearing from your kids' lives, that's very tough on them. Like very, very tough on them. And tough on you. I think you were just confused about this, like this union. Oh, jeez. Oh, sorry. My nose is itchy. Yeah, because you have the Seven of Cups in the second row too, as the overarching energy. Like you had confusion. Like there was either this toxic environment / relationship, or there was emotional fulfillment and a happy home, where you're seeing that that person is filling your cups and you're willing to fill their cups too. In the final row, which is the possible future, you have the Three of Pentacles. I think you're going to be working more on like personal relationships that you have. I also think you're going to possibly a new job where you're going to be collaborating with others in a different way than you were before. Possible future, you also have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I think you're just making sure that you have what you need instead of hyperextending yourself. And you're making sure that your legacy is protected. And your family. So I think you just, like I said, I think you're going towards like maybe a higher paying job. Maybe because you know your worth. You know your worth. So that can come to you finally. You also have the Six of Wands. This is a celebration. You're like, this is a victory over you. This is of you overcoming like it's like you're overcoming the cloud that you felt like you've been in for maybe a couple years now, where you thought that everything was based around your broken heart, and, you know, it was confusing with all relationships, even with like work, you know, but you're getting out of that confusion and you're celebrating you going in the direction that you've finally chosen. In that first row, you also had the Wheel of Fortune. It's a beautiful card, by the way. You know what? So by leaving behind this point of view of you being the person that's always getting their heart broken, the wheel can turn in your favor towards the things that you've wanted. The cloudy options disappear. And the burden that you felt you've been carrying for so long can fade away. The tens are completion. So you're not carrying this heavy weight anymore. I had the card upside down, I'm sorry. So you can finally put those wands down and realize that this, like there are people and places that want to work with you, that value your contribution and are willing to love you the way you know you deserve and you've been loving yourself. Okay, I'm going to pull a Spirit Animal Oracle card just to end the reading. Ooh, this got a lot longer than I thought it would. Wow. Well, you got a longer reading, Leo. That's what happens. Giving it one more shuffle. Well, you got 2. Coyote spirit, trust in divine detours. And the canary spirit, sing your song. By going in this new direction and seeing what's there that you were convinced was gone, you're finally singing your song. Like the heartache you had to look at and the choices that were there, that a lot of them seemed very similar. Like that was your detour. Everything is coming back to where it needs to be. Where you're in a strong position in life, love, financially, across the board. So this is an awesome reading. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.